So, Derrick, guess what?
What's that, sir?
I've been doing a little bit of studying here in the new year, 2025. One of the things I like to do is kind of dive into a new topic.
Mm-hmm.
And the topic I chose was psychology. Are you familiar with this topic?
I feel like I have issues with it.
Okay. Well, we're going to see what kind of issues you have.
Okay.
Because I want to do a little thing with you, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Let's do word association.
Okay.
I'm going to say a word. You say the very next word that comes to mind.
Uh-oh.
Don't think. Can you turn your
That
mind
might be
off?
a problem.
Oh, you're thinking. All right,
Yeah.
don't think. Here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Loop. Oh, wow.
Pool loop.
Ooh, I don't think this is working.
I'm
Okay, let's
thinking
try
pool noodle.
It's a fine. All right, we'll do another one. Here we go. We're going to see if we can dive into this. This is already showing me some things. All right, we got signs flagging. All right. Ding.
Dong.
Oh, there we go. Crank.
Me.
Oh, wow. Cannon.
Cannonball!
Let's go! Woo!
Loop. What was the word?
Hole. I don't know.
Loophole.
You could have chose anything, really. You could have said fruit loop. I don't know.
I said crank me.
I know. That's all right. That meant something. Okay. Yeah.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
are the day after Snowmageddon. Snowmageddon.
So I bet you got like this on a regular basis in July. When you were in May, it's like, oh, look, we got 7 inches of snow. No big
Not
deal.
in July,
Okay.
but we've had school cancellations in April before.
Wow.
Early
What does
April.
it take to cancel class in May?
Nor'easter is what they're called, where you get 18 inches of snow.
Is that when they're hiding eggs? I'm sorry.
Yeah, on the north side.
On the north side of town.
Of Sanford.
Okay.
We could get a foot of snow on Saturday. You're going to school Monday.
That's what I'm saying.
Because we got the trucks and the salt and the sand and we got everything, but sometimes it will catch you where it's
Yeah.
like, okay, it's coming in. And plenty of times we've had a snowstorm on the first day of spring. It's like snowing on the first day of spring. Never mind. Sometimes we'll have snow has dropped and then we get the first day of spring, but we've had plenty of snowstorms entering in spring.
Well, all they got to do is say there is a chance of a snowstorm next week. Everybody's like, we're out of class. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody home.
Yeah.
Everybody home.
Yep, just stay home. But yeah, there's been times where it's late March.
Wow.
That goes into April, and we had a day off in April.
Nice. Well,
I would say over the course of a winter, you're getting about 3 feet of snow.
whew,
But it's 10 inches there, 8 here.
yeah.
And that's the annoying part. You get through a 10-inch
Starts
storm.
to go away.
Boom.
Redump.
Things get cleaned up, and then boom.
Jeez.
Hey, we've
Always.
never talked through the whole song.
I don't know. I feel like we have, but it felt good.
Yeah, that felt right.
Look, I got to tell you something. Down here in the South, like I just mentioned, which is not overstating, all they got to do is mention the possibilities of snow and things start closing.
Mm-hmm.
But here's something that's really concerning to me right now. All right, if you don't mind me diving into something.
Go.
I don't mind storytelling.
Go.
And sometimes it's so relative, it like literally happened 10 minutes before I walked into the studio.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I had scheduled to get new tires on my truck. Well, why the new tires? Well, because my tires are kind of bald. I'm noticing this. We've got some predictions of more snow coming in the next month. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get some new tires. We need this. We need this on the truck. Safety factor. So it was scheduled 2 weeks ago for today.
Okay.
All right, so we know we get the snowstorm a day and a half ago. The streets are clear right now. They're completely clear. All the main thoroughfares, all the interstates, clear. Snow on the ground on the side, clear on the roads.
Yep.
Not even ice.
Melting.
And melting from the side.
Mm-hmm.
So I show up at my appointment at 10 a.m. to get new tires. Nobody shows up at the tire place. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to a different tire place. So I just show up at another tire place. They're closed too. This is the concerning part. Here in the South, the stores that are closed are the tire places. They don't trust their own tires that they're putting on their cars to get to work, and they're going to put them on other people's cars. What is going on?
My soundboard is giving up on me.
Yeah, because it snowed outside.
That's right.
That's what's happening. It's like, we're staying home too, mister.
I mean, try to, with this sound, envision beautiful snowflakes dropping.
Nice.
It was beautiful.
Oh, I don't disagree.
Yesterday was beautiful.
Yeah.
Not the first time, obviously. I would say every year we get some kind of snow.
Usually.
One drop.
Yeah.
Or two.
Yeah.
What made this one different was it never went sub-zero. Never really
Correct.
went sub-freezing. So even after the storm, air quote, it started kind of raining a little bit and melting.
True.
And where prior,
It'd stick around for a week.
you'd get 6 inches and it'd be 20 degrees the whole time. And it turns into white, glossy ice every
That's right.
road. And then the city shuts down. I was hoping for that.
Oh.
I was like, yes, like I want to have a reason to be shut down,
Okay.
and have some snow time.
all
and
you got to
school
do is work for a
cancellations.
tire place, apparently.
Because we're talking about a storm dropping on Friday.
Yeah.
I remember in 2020, I lived in Olive Branch. It was COVID, and we got a huge snowstorm. And Skylar didn't go to school for a whole week because of snow.
Yeah.
So there was a good chance that we get snow on a Friday and miss Monday, Tuesday at school. Not this time. This time it's going to be,
Well, maybe.
if they cancel Monday, it's going to be like, oh, come on.
The question is, the principals at each school, did they ever work at a tire shop? I'm glad you didn't spray me.
So good times. We were supposed to record yesterday,
Yeah.
and I'm like, nah, let's push it a day. And honestly, Coach, it wasn't because I was afraid to drive.
Well, you're across the street.
I'm down. I could walk here.
You could.
I just want to have a snow day with LaShawn.
There ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Skylar's home. LaShawn's with me.
Uh-huh.
We just had a day.
Friday was supposed to be very busy for me, and slowly but surely things checked off. I ended up having nothing, and so I laid on the couch and watched TV all day.
That's what I'm talking
happened.
about.
That's what I did.
Did you use your theater?
No, I never made it up the stairs. I didn't have enough energy. But here's the thing. So I want to finish this tire conversation because here's the problem.
I have a story that
we're
I
going
wanna
to
tie
correlate
in.
on this thing. And I want to go back to the snow, too, because there's things happening there. But it's like I had this appointment, and I've already prepaid. I show up, and now here's the problem. And this is the part that I want to talk about. So I'm a very positive guy, and I'm also very rational. So I feel like that, there's a lot of grace to be given, especially in businesses where maybe sometimes you can't control your workers. People don't show up. You're understaffed. I get all of that stuff. You go to the ER and you wait for 4 hours. People want to complain, but then you find out they had 2 nurses in the back. Let's just be a little bit reasonable, folks. All right. So I show up, and apparently nobody in the tire department decided to come to work. There were other people working. Nobody in tire. I said, well, can I speak to a manager because I need to know. Yeah, I've already paid. Yeah. I need a refund then because I got to go get tires.
Sure.
Didn't know at that time. This was a universal. Everybody in the area has taken a tire holiday because there's snow on the side of the road. Didn't know about that part. So the lady comes, and immediately, I've said nothing. I don't have body language, no facial expression, other than what you normally see, the thing that you see now. And I'm just standing there. I'm like this. If you can't see this, it's because you're listening on radio and you're not watching on YouTube. Shame on you. And she comes up, and I said, look, I had an appointment, so I would like to just see if I could get my money back. And she goes, they'll send out an email later. I'm like,
later?
I said, so how are they going to know if nobody's, I'm just asking you, can we just go into the system and do the thing where you take it off? Can we do it that way? They're going to send out an email.
An email telling you what?
That they've canceled for today. Well, it's a little late on that part. I'm already here.
Right.
And the second part is I'm going to get tires somewhere else, so I need my money back.
Just think about this. This is
Great Scott!
This is a timeline issue.
I know it.
Oh, no. We're going to send a cancellation email out later.
You're going to find out later on,
After
even though you're here now.
All of our morning appointments come.
Bro. So it's all of that plus the attitude. And I'm like, you know what, Sam Walton? This is why you're not Chick-fil-A, Sam Walton. This is why. Because Chick-fil-A gives you great service. They can screw stuff up. They're human, but they're going to apologize. They may even throw a cookie in. I don't know.
They will make it right.
These people at Sam's, attitude. Screw you, Sam Walton.
Whoa!
And Sam's. I'm telling you. That's ridiculous. Take my money elsewhere.
So I have a Sam Walton story, too.
Throw it in there. It doesn't surprise me at this point. This is the culture they're bringing up.
A little pre-show.
Talk to me.
I was like, oh, I got a story I can add to this.
Tell me about
it. And then
it.
you brought it to my attention. Dude, it's Sam Walton. I'm like, you're right.
It is. Yeah. It's all
the
his same people.
Same
people.
Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart, tires, great deals.
Oh, same thing. Tires, too. Wow, imagine that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is a perfect story.
Holy moly.
So my mom has always gone to Walmart for tires,
Mm-hmm.
and it's good. I just need some simple tires. I drive a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, make them round, rubber.
Give me, $100 tires.
Okay.
All day long. Even cheaper.
Okay.
So I'm like, this time I'm going to do it. I only need 2 tires.
Mm-hmm.
So I go online and pre-order the tires, much like I'm sure you did.
Wow, so we're trying to be responsible. That's
Mhm.
neat. Okay, I like
So
this.
you show up and they're ready for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it sends a notification. Tires are ready
Yeah.
for your appointment be here at such and such. We're good to go, basically.
Yeah.
Great. So I go to Walmart here in Hernando.
Okay.
Go to the tire
Mm-hmm.
desk, the car service area.
People in the area, they know.
So I wait in line. I finally get to the lady, and I'm like, so yeah, I'm here for my tire change, this, that, and the other. And of course, I have this thing printed out. I always print this stuff out.
I mean, I don't know how you could be more prepared.
Look, here, look.
Yeah.
So here. So this lady, she, first off, looks interrupted.
Yeah, you're putting her out. She's at work. Leave her alone.
I'm the next person in line.
How dare you?
The person in front of me
Mm-hmm.
moved.
Okay.
And I moved up, lady.
That's usually how it works.
Here I am.
Even in COVID, you would do that 6 feet apart.
So she's like, oh gosh, I wish I could remember all the details, but she, in a way, tells me, this is what drove me nuts. She's like, okay, well, what kind of tires did you get? That's how it started. Okay, well, what did you get?
I got square ones.
I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, what's your tire number?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but can you look it up?
It's in the system.
You know what I'm saying? And granted, I have this thing printed out, but to be asked that, I was like, well, can't we go into a system? And the whole time I'm thinking, when I get my car serviced at Toyota, Wolf Chase Toyota. It's amazing. They pull your car up. They've known what they've done to it the whole time, what's needed, this, that. It's like beautiful.
Computer system. It's weird.
It's crazy.
2025.
She's like, no, it's not in our computer system.
Okay. Everything's paper copy.
So I have to handwrite everything for her. So he just hands me a Post-it nothing. Here, give me your information. So I write this stuff down. She takes it. She's like, okay. So she walks into the car maintenance area.
Right.
Where the cars are pulling in.
Mm-hmm.
And I see her walking up and down the aisles over there, looking up, looking down. And I'm like, why is this so difficult to find a tire in there? So she comes in. She's like, sorry, sir. They're not here yet.
Oh.
I'm like, pardon me? She's like, I can't find them. They're not here yet. Well, here it says it is.
Oh,
this is confirming.
Is that, hey, we're ready for you.
Yeah.
Come on up.
And she's like, I don't know. Well, hey. And then she calls over another guy. She's like, here's his tires. I can't find them. They're not here, but can you look for me as well? I'm like, okay. So he goes off, and he's, I would say, slow.
Okay.
Not showing much initiative in life.
Sure.
Probably doing the bare minimum type of person.
Mm-hmm.
So he's waddling out there.
He's not fired up. That's the problem. You should listen to Cannonball, but yeah.
So he comes back, and we don't have them.
Mm.
But that's it.
Confirmation. That's it. Too bad.
That's it.
You should have known better than to come here.
No backup to that. And I'm like, okay, what should we do? He's like, call the 800 number.
Mm.
I'm thinking, that's not good customer service, dude. And what is the number? You're just going to tell me to...
It's an 800 number. Figure it out.
Just call the 800 number.
Just start dialing numbers.
So, then I remember asking, and I was like, what number? He's like, just go to walmart.com.
Okay.
I'm like, dude.
That's the right one.
Now I'm pissed.
You should be.
I'm pissed off now.
This would not happen at Chick-fil-A. I say that again.
I mean,
Chick-fil-A would not do that to you. Pick up buttons. Exactly.
So I'm pitching a fit now. I'm like, dude, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
It says my tires are here, and you're telling me that it's my problem? Like, I have to fix this? Don't you have this in a computer system? Can't you really dive in to see if they even showed up?
Mm-mm.
What is going on?
It was snowing somewhere.
He goes to look a second time. He's like, sorry, sir, I just don't have them. Like, who can I talk to? Who's your manager? So they send me all the way to the customer service desk in the front of Walmart.
Mm.
I tell them the situation. They're like, okay. So they bring a manager to me. He's like, let's walk. And I gave him the information. He's like, okay. We get over there. It takes him 2 minutes. He comes in. He's like, the tires are right over there, guys.
Oh.
You see that rack?
I bet they were disguised as tires.
You see that rack with tires?
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
Wow.
And he was on my side.
Yeah.
I applauded this guy. He was like, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you never feel rescued. I felt rescued.
Somebody was on Team Derrick.
I felt kind of good because I could see their demeanors crumble. Like,
now we got to put them on.
And I can just look at it and be like,
yeah.
There you go. So it took that was an hour and a half.
Wow. just to get
searching,
to where they are.
Because then it would be like, well, wait here, sir. Wait here, sir. Wait here, sir. I skipped over a lot of the story.
Scavenger hunt.
The point of the meaning behind this story is, listen, if you're in customer service,
just saying,
it doesn't take much to make someone feel a little comfortable. They're not here.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find them.
And I'd say most people are reasonable. They understand things happen.
Sir,
but you got to explain it.
We're having issues. For some reason, I can't find the tires. We're going to get a manager and figure this out. No.
That's it.
It's, sorry, I'm done with you. Move on.
So this is not our problem now. We can't find them, so you got to figure it out.
What you gonna do?
That's right. Hire a private detective. Yeah, we're going to find your tires somewhere else.
And
Crazy.
It just took forever.
Look, so that's the thing. It's the lack of customer service. It's not the situation at hand. And I don't blame a manager if people don't show up. That's, you can't force a person. But at the same time, there should be some kind of reciprocation to well, we understand, and this is frustrating, and we apologize. There's none of that's like, well, we're going to send out an email. Oh, really? Well, that's so much comfort now. Thank you. I didn't mind driving 40 minutes one way.
It's
this
a tad late.
It's so nice out here.
That's like going to school Monday morning. Oh, no, there's no school. We're going to send an email at noon.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what that is.
Exactly. So I will just say this to add one last little piece of it. Another thing that's become a problem for me with Walmart. Now, I understand I will complain about some stuff, but I'm still going to end up doing what you do, which is I shop at Walmart because it's cheaper and it's easy to get in and out usually. But the problem I've seen is they shrink the aisles down to one basket can barely fit. And then they've got this click customer service thing where people call in or click in their order, and then the employees go do the shop for them and put it up front.
While inside, too?
Well, yes. So, no. So somebody like at their house, right? They got the app and they'll order their groceries.
I thought you meant that you could walk down the aisle now and click something. And
that's probably coming. That's
that's been it's been around for a while.
So they'll go and the employees are shopping. The thing is, the employees are like grandma. So like when I see a 95-year-old woman park her basket perpendicular to the whole aisle.
Which are huge, by the way.
And just block the aisle while she's shopping for one thing. I ain't mad at grandma. She ain't paying attention. She just, she looking for Metamucil. I get it. Let me help you out. You can't reach that, Mama? Let me help you get that. I get it. But when you're an employee and you're parking that thing sideways, people can't get up and down the aisle, and you're acting like the customers are in your way, I've had to I do the, Lord Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have to do it. I'll go all the way to 11, 12. Because that's like they're peaking all the way up there. It's almost as bad as road rage, but not quite as bad.
To be etiquette, right? There's an etiquette to lanes and stores like that. And I always feel uncomfortable with the, excuse me, ma'am, can I get by? Excuse me, sir, can I get by? And then sometimes they don't hear you. And I'll be honest, I might come in meek because I'm not like, I don't want to ever be the person, excuse me.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy. You don't start out tough.
Right.
Just,
like in traffic, there's a doot.
Yeah, that's it. Not a wah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No. So I don't want to be the wah. I want to be, hey, boop, boop.
If I'm shopping.
Move along, please.
You don't have this option a lot of times. Probably shop by yourself. But if I go to Walmart, I got Alicia with me. I will have, one of us will sit at the end of the aisle with the basket, and the other will make the lap down and back up with the items and then dump it in the basket. So we ain't trying to navigate down the things, but that's not always an option. So anyways, all right. So enough of Walmart. You've got all the time today. I'm tired of y'all, so we're done with you for a minute.
I want to jump in here because me and Coach make our own little lists, and we don't tell each other what's on the list sometimes. That's true.
Now understand, I am going to go back to snow for a minute, but you go ahead and drop down there.
Well, this is in line with snow.
Oh, good.
Landers Center never happened. If you listened last week,
that's true.
It was an octagon MMA fight.
That's
Coach was going to do the prayer, bring some fire.
That's right.
My girlfriend LaShawn was going to sing national anthem, and it didn't happen. Otherwise, we would absolutely be talking about it.
Sure.
So if you were hanging on to us giving you that story,
it
didn't happen.
They were.
So
yeah.
And for all of you, I would say we have 1 million people listening. I'm sure they all wanted to go.
They were going to be there.
Sorry, it didn't happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. The 25th, I think. Is that right?
I don't know.
I think it's been sent out. I think it's been sent out. I don't know. I may have not told you yet. But I was going to.
So there's that.
I'm looking it up right now.
I just wanted to give an announcement.
Looking it up as we look at it. Here we are.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to do something radical on the show.
Make it happen.
Just move a camera around like crazy.
That's it. wonky. Yeah.
There we go.
So no official word yet, so I'll hold off on that. Once the official word comes out, I'll let you know, but I think it's going to probably be the 25th, but we'll see, whatever that day is.
I'm adjusting my studio on air here.
Hey, one thing I wanted to ask you about on snow was this. Going back to the snow for just a hot second, which is oxymoron. Being from Maine, are you familiar with snow cream?
I'm sorry, Coach.
It's okay. Keep working through it. Snow cream.
Ice cream with snow in it? Is that what we're talking about here? I don't know.
That's it. It's so funny. Northerners don't know. I remember the first time one of my friend's wives from Michigan, no, he didn't have extra wives. He had one wife. Okay. His wife from Michigan.
Okay.
She heard us talking about snow cream, just like, what is that? It's like, do you get that at the store? It's like, no, you make it when it snows. And of course, Michigan, they get a lot of Michiganders. They get a lot of snow. So in the South, somebody at some point in the South, and I don't know who that person is. I'm still looking. We're going to do some research. They saw snowfall and they're like, hey, this looks like a delicious treat. Mm-hmm. And so when the snow falls, you go and you scoop up big old pile of it in a bowl, and then you put some vanilla extract in it, and then some heavy whipping cream and some sugar, and you mix it, and you just keep adjusting until you get the texture down to a smooth, creamy, whatever from stirring it, and you get the ingredients right, and then it's just a sweet vanilla, sugary, delicious ice cream made out of snow. It's called snow cream, and we do that down here.
I've never done that. Yeah.
Wow. And I was just wondering, whenever we did that yesterday, I was like, I wonder if Derrick even knows about this.
No,
so
at least my family didn't.
Snow cream.
Yeah. Now, down here, we have what's called snowballs.
You mean the ones you make and throw at each other?
No.
Oh.
Or snow cones is really what they're called too, but there's a place out in Cordova.
Jerry's. Yeah.
Jerry's snowballs.
If you're from the area, you know about that.
Yeah. Which is delicious. So it's like a high grade slushy, but then they infuse. So they'll put slushy at the bottom, soft serve vanilla, more slushy, soft serve vanilla, and it's a delicious mix.
It is a good mix.
Oh, so good.
It's a good mix. Yeah. Snow cones are pretty popular. Hawaiian ice, all those things.
Yeah, that's similar.
All the same kind of genre of ice crystals, but snow cream, and God gives it to you. It's like manta from heaven. Yeah. So we did that yesterday.
So I have a fun announcement.
Talk to me.
I'm having issues over here, Coach.
Oh, is that the fun announcement? That's not very fun at all.
Issues over here with my soundboard.
Oh, I thought this was a lead. Oh, there it is. And the horn.
Skylar Glenn Misha is an official employee at Bricks and Minifigs Lego Store.
Go.
Yes.
That's good. That's how you build a future.
Yeah, I wanted to mention it last week, and I forgot, skipped over it.
Oh, well, you had mentioned that she was in the process of.
Well, the last time we spoke, I was trying to get her in.
Yeah.
And then I left a note saying, talk about her interview. And then before we could record, she got hired. So I was like, all right, talk about getting hired. And I missed that last week.
Slipped. Okay.
So yeah, she's been there a couple weeks now.
How's she like it?
She loves it. It's new. It's retail.
Okay.
So now I'm having to kind of teach her, not that I'm some retail master over here, but going back to customer service.
Right.
Introduce yourself, offer help, ask what they're looking for. Simple. And she's shy and she's a little nervous approaching people. I'm like, just go up and say, hi, my name is Skylar. I'm here to help you. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Simple. Little things like that. So we're working on that. The weather hasn't helped the store. Their grand opening is today as we record this.
Oh, really?
We record this on the 11th. This is their big corporate, grand opening.
I saw a big inflatable dude out there.
Yeah, so weather's not helping the situation.
Well, the streets are clear. The tire people would disagree, but the streets are actually clear.
Yeah. So we'll see. She works 5.5 hours tonight. She's had a couple days where she goes after school for 4 and works till 5:30, just an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Giving them tasks, but also work the floor. Someone walks in, just say hello. Yeah. So that's what I'm most worried about. I don't want them to ever think, man, she's not mingling. She's not getting in there to help people.
I'm sure they understand that she's a teenager, and there's the whole.
But I've told them, if you want the 1,000 pounds of bulk loose Legos sorted by color,
she's your girl.
Oh
yeah,
she's
OCD.
She's the one for you.
That's nice
for you for sure.
Did you ever work retail?
Years ago, I was a temp for Verizon. A long time ago, 2002.
You should be able to help me out then. I got stuff in here I don't know how to do.
2002, but this is like pre-smartphones.
Oh. Flip phone. You want a flip phone?
Certainly flip phone. Wow. Flip phones.
Flip phone.
Huh? I brought this one back.
Oh. He's back. Back again.
As I explained to Coach earlier, I upgraded my app, which is giving me problems now. I'm not happy about this.
Oh.
But I can have more sounds, so I can have...
And...
You're the only... You need one and eight I need to talk to.
And then when it's really bad...
You're the only... You need one and eight I need to talk to.
Wow. That's like a mix board. That's awesome. You know what, though? I didn't feel it. I'm feeling that a little better. The one thing I think you got to add is you got to do this. You got to do this. I don't know why they do this. But this is what you do.
What?
DJs. DJs, they're very serious about it too. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah.
You've witnessed this? There's all these buttons on the board, and they're just like...
For those only listening, you take one... We wear headphones, and you take one off. I think they do that so they can hear the room in one ear, natural. They hear what's going on, but then the headphone that's on their ear is their monitor, so they can...
That feels like multitasking.
Switch records and da-da-da-da.
That's interesting. I always thought it was just because they're so serious. It's like, you know what? I'm only going to engage one of these ears. And then it's like, they're real fast. And then button. And I'm just wondering, how many of these things are you actually doing to do? Are you really doing something on all of these? Because I watch TikTok. You know how algorithms work.
Yeah.
You get on one algorithm, and then all of a sudden, and then they're like, and they're spinning, and they're pushing, and now they're turning around, and the keyboard's over here, and they're down up here, and now they're back up here. I'm like, how do you know what's over here that you need that's now over here? What are we doing?
It's all in there.
Just got to put it right here, and look, all I need is 3 buttons. Look, you got like 7 buttons over there, and they're giving you a hard time. How do these DJs do all that? So serious.
All right, what do you got next, sir? Because I checked off a few.
Yeah.
There's something else I want to get to, but I want you to...
Well, I mean, I'll be quite honest with you. The DJ thing kind of fell into place because I've been watching a lot of those on the TikTok.
Okay.
Well, because there are beats, and sometimes I will see and it sounds like it's just a song on a loop, but then I'll watch them and there's like a playback thing, and they can hit a save and then bring that beat back in after that. And so the technology of the keyboards have really gotten pretty good. So I was like watching some of that, and then if you stop on a couple of them, they're always popping up in your feed.
Is this something that you want to do?
No, I like going to I used to, not now.
You would be an amazing DJ.
I would?
At like a club, not maybe for a wedding.
Yeah.
Coach, why can't I speak? Why?
You were at a wedding.
Why?
I don't know.
And I cringe because I have to edit this stuff.
Don't edit.
Wedding, not a wedding.
Yeah, you wed sometimes.
A wedding.
Oh, different. Well,
but a club is perfect for you because you're a hype guy.
Yeah.
So you could really hype that crowd out.
That's true.
In between beats and everything. I think you'd do good at it. You would need like a me next to you, but for the DJ world. You would need a DJ producer, and then all you got is the mic.
Yeah.
And you're just firing everybody up.
That's how I would do it too. But you know what? I think there is probably a certain amount of artistic musicality that you have to have in your head,
of course,
to be able to feel the beat and know when it should come in and go back off, and how to build and drop it. So
tempos, matching tempos.
Yeah, and I feel like I had that back when I was young, and I could move because I used to dance, man. Whoop, 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 and I would do some dancing, but I know this much. Whenever I feel a good beat and I start into it, my brain is telling me I'm still looking like I did when I was 22, but then I look in a mirror and my body's like, oh, no. Because it's like, ain't none of that moving together. I don't even know what's happening anymore. But hey, look, you said hype.
Yes.
I'm going to lead into this, and I'm going to drop it back to you. 1, 2, 1, 2. So going through the algorithms, I don't do a lot of TikTok watching. It's usually if I'm like stuck in a place, like I'm at a doctor's office. Okay. Recently I had to go to the doctor's office, get cleared for cardiacs. I got the sinus thing coming. And so and I'm sitting in there and I'm just thumbing through watching some stuff because I'm going to get all this chopped up, popped out and brought over. And then we're going to see what happens next. Maybe I'll look like Michael Jackson. We don't know. But I'm sitting in there. So I'm thumbing through TikTok. I come across some feeds, and then of course the algorithm happens. And man, I got to tell you something. I wish I knew how to do it. Haka.
Haka?
Now Haktua. Haka.
What's Haka?
You don't know the New Zealand guys that do the and they do that and the tongue comes out. You ain't never seen them?
No.
Oh, really? Oh, now that I've said it out loud, your phone picked it up. It'll start playing them for you. Don't worry about it. But they're islanders, and it's really seen a lot in rugby, but you could do it in any sport. And, and it's not even got to be a sport. It could just be
it's just firing everybody
ceremonial event. I don't know a single thing they're saying, but they're giving me goosebumps, one. And then when they're done, I'm ready to go stick my head through a wall. I'm like, that is fire. And then I'm like, they do this, and then they like, and they stick their tongue out all the time in the middle of the haka, and they're pounding on each, and they're pounding, and I'm like, why are they sticking their tongue out? I got to know. And they said it because it's like a show of intimidation to intimidate their opponent, whether they're going into the arena, or they're going to be battling in sport. It's a show to intimidate, almost like a bear would stand up with his arms. I don't know. They didn't say that analogy. I'm using that one. But and then the first thing I thought of was, man, Gene Simmons would be the most scary haka person on earth.
World champion.
And everybody like, oh.
World champion.
We're checking out of here. But yeah, haka, man. So I wrote that stuff down. It says to intimidate the opponents and show strength and defiance whenever they stick their tongue out.
Haka. I wish I had your energy, Coach.
Well, it's just because I got fired up at sounds.
I wish I had your fire and energy and ability to speak fluid sentences. See?
I think maybe
sentences.
You were just proving a point.
Why? And I need some psycho therapy right now.
Well, I've been working on that. We talked about it at the beginning.
Because I have to edit myself on this show.
How do you feel about that?
Several other podcasts. I have to hear my voice every week, multiple times per episode sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
Why?
Because you're the editor.
Why can't I speak clearly and not start everything with
I don't know.
Witting. It's wedding.
It's wedding. It's okay. Here's what I think you're being too
Is it because
critical.
I don't read?
No.
Do I need to read more?
Oh, no, don't do that.
Don't do that.
I don't do that.
No.
I don't do that.
No. Let's not do that.
Reading means that you got to have like words on paper and stuff. It is hard to do that.
But but I will say, speaking of editing, what about last week's episode?
It's good. Man, you did a really good job.
This
you
one,
a lot of close-ups.
This one's back to normal.
Okay.
Back to just side by side. Because it took me a long time to do all of that editing.
It was not lost on me that you put a lot of work into that.
That's the kind of editing I'll do for like the rhythm section, because I do put in a lot of pictures of bands, so on and so forth. A lot of stuff, logos for bands, logos for restaurants, whatever. But I just wanted the fact that we had, and if you've missed it, shame on you. A.
Yes.
B, go to YouTube, go to motivatewithcoachcamp.com, click the YouTube button, and go look at the thumbnail that says matinee or matinot. Matinee or Matty not?
That sounds good enough.
How would you say it?
Same way you did.
And we have a special guest,
Mr.
Casper, the raccoon.
He was in studio. That's right.
An
now he's
albino raccoon.
Museum.
You're going to hear Coach sing. We interview Casper.
We did.
And he's
had a lot to say.
He's like oddly quiet, yet also very aggressive.
Very aggressive. A lot of high pitched shrills. I heard. Oh yeah, and then there was a few others, but yeah.
I mean, stuff like this.
Heard that many times.
Dude.
Actually, yeah. He's still doing that at the museum. It's just weird.
Menacing.
Yeah, it is.
Stare. And then we dive.
Deep doved. I don't know.
Dooba.
Welcome.
We dive deep into Chris Camp's look and attire.
I got to tell you something about that.
How old were you again in that picture?
18, 19, somewhere in there. Yeah.
So and it raises a question as I was editing.
I wonder if it's the same question.
I mentioned that I was painting the picture where early on in a different Cannonball, we talked about your nipple piercing.
That's true.
And I was like, now that I see that picture, I can now understand why you would have a nipple piercing. But then you said, well, no, it's a piercing on the face. And I just kind of whimmed right by it. So I'm confused. Did you just have a face piercing in that picture? Or you had a nipple piercing is what
I
I'm
did.
getting at. Okay.
And a tongue, but yeah.
Okay.
But here's the thing. That episode actually had some friends mess with me.
Oh, they watched it. Some of the friends I met?
Oh, no, firemen mostly, because they like to mess with you. They will say anything.
So they watch?
People watch all the time, all over the place. We get a lot of,
What's up,
yeah,
Coach Camp friends?
all those people out there.
I would love to know what it was like growing up with this guy and working with this guy.
You're about to get a lot of inboxes.
24 hours straight in a fire station.
Oh, God bless America.
But hey, God love y'all. I love this gentleman right here. He's
Thank you.
quite the character.
You're my guy.
And he's the yin to my yang.
Oh, snap.
Because other than the Southern accent, beautiful diction, just spitfire, stream of consciousness.
Well, there's something.
And then you got me.
It's a perfect blend. So what's funny about that is they said, well, some of the guys, so firefighters didn't know me. The guys I worked with on fire department, most of all, didn't know me in my college, high school days.
So they're seeing this picture
they
what
knew
the
me.
hell is this?
Which they've known that I'm different in a lot of ways. And they've known that since the fire days, because none of that's different. But my dress apparel was obviously a little different at times when I was in college. And so their first comment is very politically incorrect. Very incorrect. No harm intended. I can assure you, just throwing a jab at me, but they're like, man, I didn't know you used to be gay. And so I'm like, wow, that's a tough one. So I said, well, let's just stay there for a minute, if I may. I said, sir, first of all, let's just be honest. I have some friends that are gay. And I don't have that kind of time in my life. They're always put together well. They have extra stuff that they like. I can't just like, come on. They're like, come on. And it's like a lot. And I'm like, you are always on point.
Wow.
You've got to have body language and there's got to be movements. And I'm like, I wouldn't even be dedicated to just the persona. You got to have some stuff. I've seen it. And the eyebrows are always perfect.
Insane.
I know, right? So anyways, it was like,
sound
dude,
insane.
you're actually giving them a bad name. So don't do that.
You sound insane.
Thank you.
He kept talking over it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious that they. Hey, first, just thanks for watching. I'm still stuck on that. Thanks. I love that. We actually
got friends out there.
feel like podcasting. Sometimes you can feel like you're in a void. You're in a vacuum. Like no one's listening.
That's right.
When you play live in a band, you get some immediate,
Satisfaction. Sure.
validation,
You see the people.
whatever you want to call it. Hey, that was awesome. And they were there. They were sitting right in front of you. Sometimes it's a bummer because where are all my friends? They said they were coming. They're not here.
That's right.
Podcasting is different.
It is.
We end, we hit the outro.
Done.
We say goodbye, turn the cameras off, and it's just another.
Oh, what happened?
Where's the screaming and applauding?
I don't know.
What's going on?
It's in my
here?
head. I know that much. It's good stuff.
Anyways, I feel off today, Coach.
You know,
I feel off today.
is it because there's snow on the side of
I
the
don't
roads?
know.
I think
I
it
don't
is.
know.
It's probably because I
I
started the whole day.
But I
out.
feel like the meaning of this podcast is yes, cannonball into things, but it's also to be vulnerable and just be real in the moment.
Yeah.
And just like I feel like poop.
Oh.
Why?
I don't know.
Why can't I just speak clearly? I'm really stuck on that.
You shouldn't be.
I should be.
Drink more coffee. Bam.
Thank you.
There it is. There it is. I know a lady.
I got
Tina Tatum.
I got the rhythm section.
Oh, and you're repping that. If I'd have known this was that look, I would have went with that. I went with
and I'll
America.
put it in camera, Coach's camera.
I'll put it.
You want to drink some?
No, thanks. I'm good. I got my water
Hey,
now.
you wanna
If
drink
I
some?
go any more caffeine, this thing's
Here,
going to happen.
here,
We're
Coach.
gonna have problems.
Coach, drink some.
Yeah.
And inside of this is Walmart brand French vanilla
Okay.
K-Cups.
Well, you're upsetting
And I-
Tina Tatum.
And I drink black. Once you go,
Black.
you don't come back.
That's what I heard.
Mhm.
Yeah. Strong. That's strong. Wow. So that's probably like 45 cents for that cup.
We've come off the rails.
I don't
sir.
think so. I feel good.
I mean-
I feel like I'm on the rail. What else you got over there? Because I got a couple things. We had a new addition to the family.
Oh, well, okay.
We'll go there in a minute. We'll go there in a minute.
While we're on editing, this will be the last thing.
Okay.
And this is something I've been wanting to talk to you about, but I thought it'd be cool to keep it for the show.
Sure.
There's an interesting overlap right now where we've moved studios, right?
Yep.
So you finish one chapter, you open up to the next. But right now I'm experiencing this little overlap because we filmed
Yeah, we did.
ahead of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So during the 6 weeks that the studio was going to be down, I could have that time.
Sure.
Well, actually, when is this dropping? Okay, so this is dropping the Thursday. So Monday, the Monday we just had, featured my good friend Manny Zepeda and Big Note Music Lessons. That is the last episode that you will see in the old space.
The one coming up.
Well, no, this is going to drop.
That Manny will drop this coming Monday.
As we're recording this now.
In the backwards, because now we're back to the future.
Right. So.
Great Scott!
Gotcha.
So Manny came out on the 13th.
That's right.
And this is out on the 17th, 16th. Gosh.
I know. 17th.
I need a sound that's like a train wreck.
Oh.
Anyways, the point being is.
Let's see what day that is. Go, keep going. I'm listening.
Oh, you going to pull up the date?
Yeah. So it'll come out on 16th.
Okay, 16th. When someone says, keep talking, I'm listening, but they're looking at their phone, they're not listening.
My wife does that all the time, by the way, and you're right. She's just sitting there. I was like, are you even hearing me? I'm listening to you. I'm doing stuff over here. I'm doing it. I'm listening to you.
I'll just post up. When I'm talking to someone and they go to their phone, I'll just stop talking. And it takes like 10 seconds for them to realize I stopped talking. They're like, oh, no, I'm listening. No, you're not.
Just immediately change the subject. You'll be like, yeah, and then I was eating my boogers, and there was people over there, and they were all laughing and pointing fingers. Did you hear that part? Did you get that?
I was chewing my toenails. And anyways, so that's kind of neat. Okay, so as you listen to this a few days ago, we've published the last episode that was filmed in the old place, because then you're going to have a bunch of Zoom stuff, right?
Got some Zoom things, yeah.
But I still have... I have 2 Real Hernando
you're talking about real
interviews that have not been edited yet. So there's this overlap where I haven't really been truly able to let go. I'm still stuck in that chapter. Does that make sense?
It's a transition period.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like when I'm editing, I forget
that
I'm not in that room anymore.
It's okay.
Isn't that neat? But at some point, I've flushed out you. I've flushed out Neil with the local yokels. After the next 2 Real Hernandos, I'm never going to see the inside of that studio again unless I go back to an old episode. But I just thought that was neat. Like, I'm still living in that studio a little bit.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense because of the time that we're living in right now. Can I make a correlation?
Please. I've talked too much already.
I don't think you
have.
Go
for it.
November 5th, what happened? I'll tell you.
Election?
We had an election.
Yeah.
So there's a new president, but doesn't take office till January 20th. So there's that overlap. It's all random.
Yeah,
it just came to me because there's the outgoing and the incoming, and it's all about life. And sometimes there has to be just like that. You got to just get to the next thing, and the next thing's coming over here.
It can't just be one day, the next day.
Not like that usually. Not like that usually.
But,
so it's going to be good. The Zooms are not necessarily going to end for me, but there'll be less, because now we'll have a space. And the reason, just to put an extra little button on that is because we didn't know how long it was going to take you to get everything working right over here. So we were like, hey, look, we'll backlog some stuff. You have plenty of material. And then whenever this thing happens, it'll happen. And then we can just move forward from there.
And there were a couple Zooms that we wanted to record, but it was right in the middle of teardown. It was just like, it wasn't like we were working ahead. It's just like, we need something. Let's get this now. Yeah. And you'd come to my apartment and do it there.
Made it happen. Yeah. Major League Umpire was just out this past month. It's a good one, too, man. Yeah. I forgot all the questions I asked, which, by the way, is typical. I'll usually have a conversation. You'll send something to me and be like, hey, look, did you have a title for this? I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Let me look that up.
Let's think of a title for this episode right now on air. We've never done
I don't know, but it's going to have something to do with Sam Walton. I'll tell you that.
Tires. Tires.
Tired of it all.
You chew on it.
Yeah.
You come up with something later.
Chewing
you're
on
really
things.
good at that.
Yeah. Speaking of chewing on things, I got a new person at
my
house.
All right. Yeah. Next
thing.
We got a new
family
puppy
member.
dog.
Up in this house, dog. Up in the house. So I was thinking about a lap dog. I'm an animal person.
Yes.
I am. Now we're down to, we used to have a huge operating farm over there, but now I have 5 chickens, 1 horse, 1 cow. And I had 2 dogs. One's really old. The horse is really old. So they're both in their senior years. We don't know how much time we got left there just because that's the way life cycles happen.
Will you get another horse or are you just going to be done with horses?
We talked about getting a donkey.
Okay.
Because the cow needs a friend. So when those 2 hang out all the time. So when the horse goes, I may get something smaller because it's a small cow. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But it wasn't like we were intending because like the older dog is like not like we were thinking, oh, we need to get a dog. I came across a dog that I'm like, ooh, that's a pretty dog. I'd like a dog like that one day. And then when I said those words out loud, then the person's like, well, here's how you can get one. And then I'm like, I'll run it past Lisha Camp. And she's going to say, no, thank you.
Mother of Maddie.
Mother of Maddie. And they were both like, oh, we want it. I'm like,
Dang it.
So it looks like we are going to be locked in on that. So I said, let's get a small lap dog. Something cuddly, really small, doesn't eat a lot, doesn't require much. So we got a St. Bernard.
Nice.
This dog is 8 weeks old and weighs 30 pounds.
That's adorable.
It is going to be big.
I need to invite myself over there with my daughter.
Always invited, man. This dude's awesome. We named him Winston. I wanted to go with Shaquille O'Neal. I don't think there's any better name than Shaq if you're a big something.
It should be Shaq.
It should have been Shaq.
But Winston, that fits.
Yes.
It fits a big dog like that.
Yes, and he is a sweetheart. I mean, he's all those funny puppy moments where, he's barking at something that nobody knows what he's barking at, and we're just like, I don't know what's happening right now, but he's got a game going on in there. And the other dogs, they've seemed to accept him. However, we'll say this, the middle dog, the one that's only 4 years old, the Australian Shepherd.
The one that took off for a
Finley,
while?
Yes, the one that went on a hiatus for a second on vacation and came back. He is now, it started out, oh, this is fun toy, to now we're 2.5 days in. He's like, I ain't digging that y'all petting on him. And this ain't working out.
He's getting jealous?
He's a little bit jealous, a little bit not happy with the attention that the puppy gets, because, puppies will get a lot of attention. Yeah. And he ain't digging that part of it.
Don't forget Finley.
Oh, no, we don't.
Don't do that to Finley.
I talk to him all the time about it. It's funny because when you have dogs, or like a little kid, you put the words and thoughts that you would think they're doing out loud. So like he's sitting there and I can see it's like they're like 5 years old and 3 years old. I can see Finley looking at the puppy and he's just sitting there looking at him for a minute. He's like, you know what? I think I need to go knock him over. And he just runs over and pow, pops him over and then starts jumping on him. I'm like, see, just like a little kid,
But I want to see him. He looks amazing.
Maybe I should bring him into the studio. I had to put a diaper on him. So right now he is a pee factory.
Ooh.
And he could just be a guest.
Do you think he would sit still in the chair?
I can't say absolutely no because he's pretty lazy that way. Like you get him somewhere and he's snug. Yeah. He's chill. He's not like Finley, which can't sit still.
When we interview him, his answers would be like...
Probably so. He does bark, though. He will occasionally yelp a bark out. But
what size bark? 8-week-old Saint Bernard. What kind of bark is that?
I'm just gonna have to. I will mimic this like the mechanics have you do about your car if it's messed up. It's that's about it.
It's going to be huge.
It's gonna be massive. It probably will be, and it's gonna be slobbery from what I hear.
Yeah. So Saint Bernards drool, right?
That's what I see. That's what I'm seeing on the internet. It's all right.
That's troublesome.
I'm gonna get him a bib, big old. Fat Winston bib, but I do.
You're gonna get him a what is it? A whiskey barrel?
That's what I've been told I have to do, which is funny because I think those were Bernese Mountain Dogs that actually had those, but they kind of get co-mixed. Yeah, the Saint Bernard thing. And Beethoven was the one. With the movie. They had a movie about him. But like I said, I'm an animal person. I'm a dog person, obviously, and
me too.
It's just hard to. It was hard to pass on that.
I wish I had dogs.
Why don't you?
It's just time and money. Like I want to be responsible.
Yeah. I
live in an apartment.
Yeah.
But the big factor is allergies. Like if I didn't have allergies, I would have rescued a pit bull already.
Oh, okay.
I'd probably might have two.
I see you as a Chihuahua guy.
No, not a Chihuahua guy. But I do like the doodles. The doodle.
Those guys, they get big.
The doodle world, hypoallergenic, so I don't have issues with them.
Yeah.
And I used to have a Shih Tzu. A shit zoo.
Okay.
Oh, swore on the show.
Almost.
Yeah. And just the sweetest little boy. And a Shih Tzu is a lap dog. It's not a little ankle biting. No, they're just sweet and very easy demeanor. And, they're about
Tosh.0 had some.
This big, whatever. They're great.
Yeah.
But I just can't pull the trigger on the amount of work and responsibility
Yeah.
Especially a puppy.
I know.
It's like
This dude-
my puppy is 16 years old now. Like I'm ready. I'm done with the puppy years.
You're right. And I asked myself that question whenever he was over there. I'm like, man, what were we thinking? Because we'll take him outside. He'll go potty. We bring him in. 1 minute later, peeing again. I'm like, how you pee so much?
Yeah.
I'm going to start an IV on you. I'm going to start an IV because you running out of fluid. It's all over the place. But
So I wish I could, without allergies,
yeah,
I'm a dog rescuer.
Sure.
Like I'm all about going and taking in a good dog and trying to always have two.
mm-hmm.
That would be me.
Yeah, they need a buddy.
Yeah.
Because you can only give them so much attention.
And big and small, like a nice pit bull.
Yeah.
And then maybe go out and spend some money on a Shih Tzu. That's always been the thing.
Mm-hmm.
A pit bull and a Shih Tzu. 2 different sizes, 2 different kinds of dogs. Both have their own thing. And I love pit bulls. They get a bad rap.
Yeah.
I've always said a really bad, dangerous pit bull was raised by a really bad and dangerous person.
I would say so.
Because when they enter the world, like any other puppy, they're the sweetest, most oblivious, loyal dog.
Yeah.
But they can be trained into killing machines, and that's the problem.
And they're strong, and that
Very
makes them
strong.
dangerous.
Lockjaw.
Yeah.
I mean, you see their jaws.
Yeah.
But they're babies.
Sure.
They are big babies.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate people treat them like they do.
I feel the same way about alligators. I do. Hey, man, it's a bad rap
Well,
on
no, their rap is legit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because they're like living dinosaurs.
But going back to reels or TikToks, whatever,
yeah.
these jokers out there that feel like they're alligator trainers,
Oh, my God.
you know, like, dude,
You're not Steve Irwin.
that alligator looks like your pet. You're petting on its nose and it's
Uh-huh.
just waiting for the chicken you're going to throw at it. Yeah, that's great. But
Yeah.
dude, that is a wild killing machine.
All it takes is like, you kind of look good today.
It doesn't have
Let's see if you taste like chicken.
it doesn't have loyalty.
Right.
It doesn't have the same thought process as a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I always cringe at that. I'm like, whatever you get, you kind of earned it.
Not domesticated.
Kinda
I saw a
deserve
guy
it.
on TikTok the other day had a lion. Maybe it was a mix of a lion and something else because the head was this big. And he's sitting on a dude's couch. And I'm one
Oh.
chomp.
That's it.
One chomp. You hear of those things all the time. People have a pet whatever that's
Oops.
obviously a killing machine.
Big grizzly bears.
Mm.
These guys that train massive, like 8 feet tall grizzly bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It looks all cute and it's eating its honey.
I have a
But
feeling
you know what?
Winston-
He can turn you into honey real quick.
That's true. I think Winston might end up being 8 feet tall. That dude's gonna be so big.
Well, I mean, when you stand him up on his hind legs, he's going to be tall.
You saw Alicia holding him, right?
This huge puppy.
And massive.
It's so adorable.
It's
You
funny.
can always tell. I mean, the paws.
Oh my God, dude's so big.
The paws are bigger than any lab
Yes.
already.
Yes.
Already.
It's
By
just,
a long
it's
shot.
like a polar bear.
Yeah.
His things like polar bears. Quick tie in on that last piece of it is, so when we get this dog, we kept it. We were supposed to get it on January 1st. By the way, it was delivered from Ohio. So there's a delivery service. You pay for the dog. You can pay for the delivery service. I didn't want to drive to Ohio. So they drove the dog to us, right?
Wow.
So it costs a little bit, $300. Not bad. Easy decision to not be on the road forever and spending my gas. So $300, they delivered to your house. And it was supposed to be on January 1st. And they got something mixed up in the paperwork. This goes back to the grace and understanding. And they call me and they're like, well, actually, they texted and said, we're sorry to hear that you canceled your order. And I said, well, we didn't cancel our order at all.
Say
Actually,
what?
we're wondering if it's going to be here on time. And then they're like, oh, we canceled it. And we thought y'all canceled it. So they got the papers mixed up. Somebody did cancel, but it wasn't us.
Oh, my God.
And I said, well, do y'all still have the dog? And they're like, yes. And I said, we still want it. So what do we need to do? They're like,
What's
oh,
going on
nothing.
here?
Well, the next delivery was, on the 9th. So I said, well, okay, so it's going to be 9 days late. This whole time we're keeping it from Maddie,
Mm-hmm.
and we're trying to keep it on the down low. Have you ever met somebody that doesn't understand, don't tell anything because you can't help but tell everything? I ain't going to say their names, but I had an aunt and uncle in town leading up to New Year's Eve.
Uh-huh.
And they knew that uncle's just, yeah, I bet she's excited. And Maddie's standing right there. I'm like, about what? And I do the eyes. And he's like, well, about y'all. I said, we ain't get nothing. How are you not picking up on the social cue? You see my face? This is a face.
So why did you tell them? You should have kept
I
that a
should have known
secret.
better. You know what? It all does come back around.
Yeah.
I should have kept it to myself
Yeah.
on that. So we did manage to downplay that. And then New Year's comes, and of course, we don't have the dog. And so now I'm like, damn, we got to keep this a secret 9 more days. We did.
Yeah.
And the day the dog came, Maddie was out doing stuff. She had the basketball game and stuff. And then she comes home, and she's like, I just need to grab such and such to take to whatever friend's house. Somebody left something over there. And we're like, you need to come inside. Why? Just bring it to me at the car. I don't want to get out. I'm like, come inside. And then when she came in, I just freaked out. So
Yeah, so what was the reaction?
it was just, she screamed and then ran outside to tell her friends to come inside because
Okay.
there's a dog in there. And
So she was
oh,
happy.
super excited.
Because teenagers, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Like,
But
oh, wow, cool.
Right.
No,
No,
no. You're supposed to be jumping up and down. And I'm the best parent in the world,
Yeah.
right? You know this.
That's right.
Right?
Yes, I just validated. But we had talked about the idea, and so she had said she wanted one, and then whenever, of course, it shows up, she was surprised, even though she had been thinking we were probably going to get one. She didn't know.
Yeah.
She didn't know for sure. So
Had
that's good.
she shown interest in a St. Bernard?
Well, whenever
Just
the,
a new dog is a new dog, regardless of the
no,
breed.
because when I came home and mentioned, because the person that introduced me to this company that had them, and I came home and showed her and Maddie a picture, thinking they both would be like, we're good because we got a lot of animals already, and it's going to be a huge dog. So I thought,
And you're probably looking at Alicia to be responsible to. No, like we don't need another mouth to feed.
yeah,
Right?
or Maddie just not being interested.
You're
'cause-
expecting the no, not right now.
and it was the exact opposite reaction from
Yeah.
both. And I'm like, I think we just accidentally, I think I stepped in it. So, but it's good because I know we're going to love him to death. But man,
Oh yeah. Good old Winston.
that bull going to be big.
Shaq Winston O'Neal.
I need to start a TikTok with him.
There's how you can rectify this and reconcile the name.
Winston Shaquille O'Neal Camp.
No. Shaq
Uh-huh.
Winston O'Neal.
Oh, you think Winston?
Winston's the middle name.
Oh,
A lot of my friends go by their middle name.
sure. My dad did. growing
Winston.
up.
What's his real name?
Yeah.
Shaq Winston O'Neal.
Okay. You know what? I think that's a good idea. And I could throw all of it together. I could put like a Shaq O'Neal Winston camp because Andressa Fernanda Barbosa da Silva Albuquerque camp. So my lady that came, our exchange student had 5 names, as I had mentioned before. And when I took her over to, like I said, when I get in the register for school, that lady looked at me and said, baby, she got too many names. We're going with 3 of these. And so she started writing out there. I said, all right, we're doing 3 of them names. That's what we're doing right now. So, yeah.
Well, where are we at here?
I don't know. How much time we got?
Oh, we're over an hour.
Oh, snap. All right.
Slightly over an hour.
Well, I think it was a good show. I think we had a lot of fun. I covered a
I
couple
know you were
things.
good.
Oh, you were good.
I'm suspect.
No, you're not.
I'm
You're Derrick.
feeling unconfident on this one today.
Why?
Because of my.
You're the only brother, didn't you need a one and eight? I need.
Hey, man, mix it again.
You're the only brother, didn't you need a one and eight? I need to talk to.
And the buttons aren't working right.
Yeah, it's just a growth process. It's all right, man. Hey, look, they don't know that you didn't do all that.
That's how I feel.
I like
That's my brain right now.
Oh, felt good. Let's go.
Thanks for putting up with all of that, everybody.
Hey, look,
I
I
appreciate
covered some stuff. You covered some stuff. It was fun.
Now that I know you have, and I've known this, we have an audience. We know this. We
Yeah,
get
yeah,
comments, but knowing that friends of yours watch and
Or
listen.
saying derogatory things, yes.
And the gentleman I met at Huey's,
Yes.
they watch and listen.
From Oregon all the time.
It's
Josh.
great meeting y'all.
Yeah.
Man.
Josh and Nikki.
Email us.
Do it.
Cannonballinglife@gmail.com. Email us, but kind of talk to me and be like, hey, bring this story up with Coach.
There we go. We got SRP Studios LLC.
.com.
.com.
Last week you said SRPP.
PPP. That's happening in my house right now. Crazy.
All right, y'all.
Yeah. Holla.
Take care.
Love you.